Hello, my name is Beth Teisler, and I'm going to be presenting my final term paper for Info 244 titled Citation Analysis and Scholarly Communication, an Influential yet Controversial Measure. Citation analysis is a tried and true method for advancing scholarly communication. Citing other researchers' work and having your work be cited in turn is considered to be the highest form of professional recognition. The analysis of citation data has long been held as the recognized means for quantifying the relevance and impact of both authors and journals, and is still the most trusted tool for aiding in scholarly communication, promotion, and advancement. Many types of research fields use bibliometrics to examine the impact of their field, their researchers, and their literature. Bibliometrics are a set of methods used to study or measure information. Citation analysis is a bibliometric method that is used for examining reference documents and evaluating their merit. A citation is the crediting link between the article that contains a bibliographic reference, the citing work, and the article that is being referred to, the cited work. The process of examining the number of times an article or an author has been cited by others in the field of scholarly literature is citation analysis. Citation analysis relies on the use of citation indexes. A citation index is an inventory of citations between publications that allow users to recognize which later articles cite which earlier articles. The first citation indexes were created by Eugene Garfield. These indexes were later combined and transformed into the electronic database known as the Web of Science. For many years, Web of Science was the only database to track citations, but in 2004, two competitors joined the market, Google Scholar and Elsevier Scopus. The measure of quality of a scholarly work is often attributed to its impact factor, the number of times a published work is cited in the past 2 years. This is based on the opinion that the more times an article is cited, the more relevant and influential it is. The journal impact factor is used to measure the relative importance of a journal within its field. Information organizations often use these scores to aid in purchase decisions. Scholarly communication refers to any exchange of information by scholars and researchers that expands upon knowledge. This includes both informal conversations and conventional publishing practices. Scholarly publishing is considered a subset of scholarly communication. The balance between competition and cooperation within research fields is shaped by the way scholars communicate with each other, traditionally through publishing one's research and reading the works of others. Within bibliometrics, citations are woven together to form a vast citation network. Scholarly communication involves the flow of information and ideas through this citation network. Citation indexes were originally designed for information retrieval purposes, but today are also commonly used for research evaluation. Citation analysis plays a unique role in determining researcher standing, impact, and influence. Highly cited researchers are considered distinguished leaders in their field. Citation data is also used to determine a journal's impact factor. The journal impact factor can provide an approximate indication of prestige. Scholars whose papers are accepted by journals with a high impact factor increase their professional reputation and lend credibility to their research. In return, other researchers will want to read and cite these documents in their own work. This is how the web of citation networks operate, by connecting scholars and promoting their communication with one another. In the case of scholarly communication, it is not citation analysis itself that creates difficulties, but the practices involved with its usage. One of the major limitations of citation index databases is that they are restricted to a relatively small subset of the entire domain of scholarly journals. Citations to works not indexed by the database are not included in the citation analysis. The Web of Science database has long been criticized for its apparent bias towards English language works from mostly North America and Western Europe. Errors in citation counts can result from citing multiple copies of the same paper, incorrectly citing researchers with similar names, and the lack of discrimination between positive and negative citations. Counts can also be manipulated by deliberate self-citations and reciprocal citing among colleagues. In addition, the journal impact factor has been criticized, stating that publishers attempt to inflate citation counts, scores are overly influenced by a few highly cited articles, and that the 2-year criteria for measurement fails to capture the long-term impact. Due to some of those limitations and the advent of new technologies, there has been a move away from traditional citation metrics toward alternative metrics. Alternative metrics utilize social media platforms like Twitter and reference management sites such as Mendeley to support and promote scholarly communication. These new metrics are commonly referred to as alt metrics. Support for these measures is attributed to the speed of analysis, taking just days or weeks to accomplish what previously took years. Altmetrics has a capacity for measuring the broader impact of research due to the diversity of included sources and allows for greater openness and accessibility by use of free web resources and social media sites. The limitations to the use of altmetrics are similar to those found in traditional metrics. Primary among these are data quality issues concerning bias, multiple versions, standardization of meaning, and replication. There is also concern over the commercialization of altmetrics, which stems from the use of social media sites for sharing academic work and the investment these sites have in maximizing followers. Perhaps the most prevalent issue among critics is the newness of altmetrics. Methods are still unsubstantiated, and the popularity of websites and social media platforms often change. However, even skeptics agree that with some modification and standardizations, altmetrics can be a powerful tool for researchers, especially when used as a complement to, rather than a replacement of, traditional bibliometrics. In conclusion, citational analysis is a bibliographic metric that utilizes citation indexes to examine the number of times an article or an author has been referred to by others in the field of scholarly literature. Scholarly communication is the exchange of information and knowledge between researchers. Citation analysis is used within scholarly communication to determine the influence and impact of researchers and journals. Altmetrics are a relatively new measure of impact within scholarly communication, utilizing open web and social media platforms as a complement to traditional bibliometrics. For more information, please consult these resources. Thank you.